Flac Finance are working with regulators in order to be able to provide DeFi loans to a regular user. So you'll be able to open up an account on Flac Finance, deposit your cryptocurrencies on there, and then take out fiat loans from it. That's the idea. That's what they're trying to achieve. And it's a really cool approach. And I love what these guys are doing, going for the community approach to get the funding, finance, and build up this platform. They're based in India, and it sounds like Ashish, who joins me on the podcast, wants to start there first. There are many vehicles and mechanisms that they can do elsewhere, but being able to do this in their own local area is what they're trying to achieve. Now, if you want any references for this podcast episode, you can find them on our website, learncardano.io, and you can find everything that I mentioned and what we talk about within this episode right there.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast.
I have Ashish joining me on this episode to talk about Flac Finance. But not just that, these guys work on a whole bunch of things, everything from Cardano scan, which I'm pretty sure you may have seen when checking out transactions online, and much, much more, as well as a really cool wallet called Typhon as well. So Ashish, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for inviting me. Happy to be here. Very excited.
And I'd really like to learn more about your story and all of the things that you guys do in the Cardano ecosystem. So can we talk a little bit about how you got into crypto and how you got into the Cardano space?
Yeah, so I've always been a tech enthusiast person and was always breaking stuff, hacking stuff. I used to also hack some of the games in earlier days where it was like time limited. So I did a bunch of stuff on tech, and then that's how I decided to do computer science. So I graduated from university in Bangalore, India, did computer science, and then my friend introduced me to this world of decentralized ecosystem and mainly Bitcoin. And the more I explored, it just started becoming a thing of mine. I just dived right in, started exploring, went through the Bitcoin white paper, and this is it. Then next, we jumped on Ethereum, where I actually did a bunch of stuff. And then came Cardano, 2017, boom, crypto boom. That's where I was actually introduced to Cardano. And then again, went through so much tech promises that was there for with Cardano ecosystem, and that's the time that the way I got into Cardano, and then I followed it so much. I brought my friends, my family members into Cardano, and we're brainstorming what we could build in the ecosystem, and then we derived on to building the Explorer, and we started building Cardano Scan, Cardano Explorer, and we launched it near at the launch of Shelly, and
which is cool. What was the date of that? I can't remember now. It all
July,
blends.
I guess. Sorry, I also don't quite remember it, but I do remember that it was a birthday of one of our team member, and it was so hectic. His family members and friends had organized sort of a birthday party, and then he was not there. He was coding, building stuff, and making Cardano Scan ready so he could launch it on the exact day as the hard fork is going to happen.
Yeah. Priorities, right?
Yeah. And so it was good. We were getting attention. Community liked it, so it was. We noticed it's being useful. So we talked to our friends, and I talked to some more developers, and we actually created a team of we are right now 7 people. We started with 3 people who were initial team members who built Cardano Scan. And as years went by, we worked on a wallet at the time where there were very less options in the ecosystem for wallets. Right now, tons of options. So we built Typhon wallet with the focus of a great user experience, great UI, and features features such as like tokens and metadata, which were on Cardano but were not being taken advantage by normal users. Like people used to just do this metadata stuff using CLI wallets and stuff. So that's when we launched Typhon wallet,
which is really cool. I love one of the probably the best UI part of it is when you can switch from the little DApp connector style over to the full interface. So I love having both of those options because one wallet option, you can see everything and all the data that you want. And then the other one is, the quick like MetaMask style wallet where you can just see and interact with the website. So I absolutely love that feature and some of the really cool things that you guys put in there. So Typhon, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, thanks so much. And it's also very surprising because our initial target was just to launch a web wallet and not an extension. But as we launched the web wallet, we got so much feedback from the community. We got feedback from some of the DApp developers. Can you guys just do an extension, please? Can you do an extension? So So Typhon wallet web version was in testnet for like 2 months. And meanwhile, we started building an extension version, the pop-up that you mentioned. And then we put them together and then launched as a web plus extension wallet with like full features.
So you guys, I think it's probably safe to say that you guys have a lot of experience of building things in the Cardano ecosystem, right?
Yes, that's right. So you see like Cardano Scan is an explorer which has like so many unique features in the ecosystem. And it's because like we have built our own custom backend to build that explorer. And through which we got so much experience building on Cardano and knowing the Cardano protocol, because that required us to go through the like every single bit of Cardano specs. Those are like the root stuff that's like the research, and on top of that, the Cardano team builds the Haskell node. So we researched all of that and we built out our own custom backend using those specifications. And meanwhile, we also submitted like tons of issues and bug reports to Cardano repo and the developers. So it was an amazing journey. It is still a journey. We're still reporting issues. Now with Vasil coming up, we still reported some of the issues we find in the specs and development and stuff. So yeah, you can say we have like pretty good experience working with Cardano, building on Cardano. Even the Typhon wallet. You see Typhon wallet is also built on a custom library, a ground up library that is built purely in JavaScript. And it's the one and only JavaScript library in the Cardano ecosystem. So yeah, and the catalyst happened. I have to mention catalyst happened in midway. We put the proposal for building a light version of like this JavaScript version of the library. It got funded, so we released that. We also released tons of other catalyst proposals as well. And then recently we also worked on this Ledger Live integration that was just released just a week ago. That was also done by our team. So we are so proud to work on that integration. That was also one of the catalyst proposal itself by the Cardano ambassadors. So it was also a great experience.
That's so cool. I didn't realize that you guys got to play around with the Ledger Live integration. That's a really big tick on the list there. Yeah, that's also absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
It was really good to see like the community get together and put in the effort to get that integration done. Of course, it's only like the first stage and they've still got staking and all these other features put into that Ledger Live application. Right. But, it's the first step. And that's the first step.
And the team is already working and like it's going to have like token support, staking support, everything is being planned out and the team is just building and continuing working on that. So many good things to come on Ledger Live as well.
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome. So, besides all and everything that you guys are doing in the Cardano ecosystem, you guys decide to start Flac Finance as well. What was the idea behind this one and what are you guys trying to achieve with it?
Yeah, it's a big story. So um, Flac Finance was a project that I have been thinking personally from a long time to do. There was just not a right time to, or no, we are not in a right position to actually start building it out. But since we were now like have this, couple of products with Cardano ecosystem, we are stable enough to now start achieving this goal. So it's a product from our needs, from the users needs, specifically if you say not just in India but other countries also. It's very difficult to use cryptocurrencies for your daily needs, for payments. Using cryptocurrency for something else than just holding it and getting appreciation in the of the value.
Yeah.
So that's where the Flac Finance project actually was born. That was the main idea, to ease the interaction between cryptocurrency and the fiat world in the ecosystem. So like this crypto ecosystem is trying to just fight against this banks and governments to decentralize this this money economy, where at the same time it's very difficult because the fiat and the governments are there, they're going to be there, and if we have to work with them, if we have to like grow this ecosystem, we have to work with the regulations, we have to work with the banks and governments to actually increase the adoption of cryptocurrency, and then we see from there where we go. So this is the first step, to start building a project that integrates with the regulated infrastructure of any country, and then to be able to process payments with it. The problems that we face every day is just, your banks either is going to close your bank accounts if you deal in cryptocurrency. But at the same time, your government doesn't say so. Your government has not, banned cryptocurrencies, but your banks wants to just ban it, right? Because they are like the entry point in the economy, right? So the goal of Flac Finance is to become a regulated financial institution itself. So again, you don't have to work with the banks, but just work with the regulations directly, and then partner with banks because they have to, and then you start processing payments and just integrate with this core banking infrastructure. Things like if you have like the licenses to operate a crypto banking platform, then you would be able to lend out money to your users based with cryptocurrency as collateral. That's the main goal. That's the main goal of Flac Finance. So Flac Finance is we're building a bridge between crypto and fiat world, at the same time being regulated. So you don't have to do so many hops just to use your money. So if you have cryptocurrency and you want to buy a coffee now, you would have to sell it. You would have to get your exchanges to transfer money to your bank accounts. Then you have to report it in your taxes, and then use that money to pay for that coffee. And that's not that easy. And also, cryptocurrency is also mainly used not as a payments right now, but everyone just wants to use it as like a store of value. So it's like gold. In India, you say this. India is like the number one country with the highest amount of gold jewelry in the world. Like people wants to buy. It's in the culture. People wants to buy gold because it appreciates in the value. It's like the store of value to fight against inflation and everything else. And when they need money, they can go to like a shop and then liquidate that gold to buy stuff. So this is very similar. People are buying cryptocurrencies, crypto assets as actually a store of value because it will appreciate in value. They don't want to sell it. So Flac Finance wants to provide this, this feature, this possibility where you can deposit your crypto assets and just borrow fiat money like right away in real time, and then process your payments to stores. So that's the goal, and it's also needs to be very seamless. if you have crypto assets and if you deposit to some platform and then you take out the loan, then you would take it into your bank account, then you will still have to do reports and stuff, and then you use that money. Instead of that, if you have a platform which is like a bank itself, like if you have like a bank, fiat bank, you deposit money in the bank and just start using that money, right? Using credit cards and debit cards. So this is like a Flac. It's a crypto bank account. You deposit your cryptocurrency and right away you get a credit card. You get access to payment infrastructures like UPI, which is in India. This happens through like mobile phones. If you scan a QR code and then you can just pay for the stuff. So that happens everything right directly from the Flac mobile app itself. So that provides a seamless experience to users for utilizing cryptocurrency.
That sounds absolutely amazing. It's like it is that gap that a lot of projects don't have, like that direct integration with the current financial systems, and being able to just easily spend that. Because here in Australia, if I want to spend my crypto assets, it's classed as an asset itself. So it's not classified as currency. So I have to sell it, pay the capital gains tax on it, and all these other things. So it makes it so much harder. But if you guys can work with regulators to be able to make that process so much easier, it's going to be really good for a lot of users, and makes it easier for that adoption for sure. Yeah. So
exactly, it's like if you have gold and you want to use that gold for your purchases, you don't do that, right?
Yeah.
You can't carry gold with you and then the payments, you have to liquidate it. So we don't, and crypto assets, this is actually very fundamental benefits of crypto assets on chain, because you can verify the ownership of the assets right away. It's verifiable in real time. So, and that's the best part of this. So if you deposit crypto assets, you get a credit line right away, because we are able to verify the ownership of those crypto assets for you, and we can give you the credit lines. If you deposit say $1,000 worth of any cryptocurrency, you get some credit line. So you can spend it right away. You don't have to do so much verification of paperwork and stuff. That's where the power of crypto assets and blockchain come in the picture as well.
So I read somewhere that you guys reference yourselves as a RealFi platform and not like a centralized exchange. Can you explain a little bit about that and what you actually mean?
Flac Finance is a first RealFi finance platform on Cardano. And we call it RealFi because Flac Finance is not just let's say like a exchange or like a platform to lend and borrow money, but it's a platform for your real life interactions with your everyday needs for doing purchases and spending your assets for your needs. It's like this DeFi ecosystem is so much complex. There's so many different apps and platforms being built around in this DeFi ecosystem, but the real people, I mean, in terms of the people who are not into crypto ecosystem, they are not aware of all these benefits of doing finances with DeFi. So bringing these people into the crypto ecosystem is where we are connecting real people to crypto world. So we're calling this as a full RealFi platform, and it's a very subjective word, but this is where we find our RealFi in Flac Finance.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So where are you guys up to in the process of delivering this product? Are you working with regulators at the moment? Have you started talks or anything? Have you started building the platform? Where are you guys at?
Yeah, good question. So it's a long process. So
I can imagine it'll be a very long process. This one.
So this was the idea that we had from a long time, and we have been continuously talking with the economy experts in India, like the CAS and stuff, and everyone says that this is achievable. Of course, there's no such thing as not possible. If you just work with the rules, you can do it. I mean, there are tons of, if I speak about India, there are tons of payment platforms in India, which are not banks, which are just payment processors. You can actually get a credit card from some company, which just gives you a credit line and you can pay it back, but it's not a bank. So we have tons of options to register as finance service providers, and this is one of those ways we can register our company. So we have this sort of stuff that's actually processed out that this is possible. It's just a lengthy process. But with regards to the the current stage where we are, so we just launched this project this quarter, and next quarter is we are going to start meeting these regulators, start meeting these experts and partners to put out some MOUs and documents together that we can do the business together. But that's not something that's stopping us from building the project, because the team is already started building this platform, already started building like the backend services, the mobile applications. Like we are already processing this, how the mobile application is going to come out, like the UX experience of the mobile apps and stuff like that. Also, we have been also exploring other jurisdictions than India, which is Singapore. Singapore already, it was very surprising that Singapore already has very good and very sophisticated regulations in place. If you have to build Flac Finance in Singapore, you can do it right away. It's there. It's like the government has already provided this so much of guidelines, and there are licenses available to provide the crypto assets. They call digital payment tokens. Services in Singapore already. You just have to apply for a license and start building it out. So we are exploring all these jurisdictions as well. Meanwhile, we are building the project. But in terms of the overall project timeline, so we actually did a seed round, and we had internal discussions so much that how we want to approach this seed round. So we decided to just do the seed round with the Cardano community, because you're building in this community. The community should get enough opportunity to participate in this project, and we wanted the community as well to participate in the project. So we had zero investment from any VC. That was our main goal, and the seed round was actually funded by the Cardano community itself. We started.
I love that approach, by the way. It really fosters the ideals of the Cardano community, and I absolutely love seeing that. It's a very similar approach to what MinSwap did as well.
Exactly, yeah, and MinSwap were our strategic partners as well. We have been talking to MinSwap from a very long time. We are sharing ideas and stuff. So yes.
Yeah, I noticed you guys doing a lot of things together.
Yes, that's right. And then, so after that, we launched our ISPO, which is in the early stage. It's going on. So that's where we are. The project, it's very early stage. It's just just over a month now since we launched the project, and so much exciting stuff to come out very soon as we progress.
Very, very cool. I did Delegate basically straight away. As soon as you had the details on the website, I think it came out on a Tuesday, I delegated on a Wednesday. So I had my wallet all ready to go to Delegate for that one. So I missed out on the seed round. I think the minimum for it was a 5,000 ADA or something like that. I didn't quite have the funds at that time, but a week later, I managed to round up a little bit for the ISPO. So delegated straight away. So I'm pretty excited to support you guys in your journey and watch this platform build out. Thanks. So if people wanted to actually delegate and look into the project, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah. So as you have delegated, you have seen that ISPO dashboard on the website. You would have noticed it's one of its kind in the ecosystem. We're the first ISPO with such a transparency for ISPO rewards tracking. So that's easy. It's very easy to use interface. Users can go to Flac Finance/ISPO and then just see the stake pool. There are two stake pools there. One is 100% rewards in Flac. One is 50% rewards in Flac and 50% as ADA. And you can connect your DApp connector wallet to it to delegate. You can also copy the pool ID and delegate from Daedalus and other pools. But the best part is once you delegate, you can track your Flac rewards right after the epoch ends. So you also see like a rewards graph where you'll be able to track how much Flac tokens you're earning per epoch and how much ADA you have delegated per epoch. So it's one of the things that we actually wanted to do from day one. Because it's very confusing for users. Like if you delegate and then it's very difficult to figure out how much are you earning, how much rewards are you getting. So so this dashboard provides as much visibility as possible. And then plus there are like Milo NFTs. These NFTs provide you some utilities on the platform. Right now, they provide this ISPO boost on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes.
I better get one.
Yeah. So there are two types of NFTs: one a standard edition and one a Flac edition. Flac editions provide you 2% extra ISPO rewards, and standard edition provide you 1% extra ISPO rewards. And they also provide governance boost when the platform goes live. And then these are like the NFTs of the Flac Finance mascot. So it's going to get so much more utility when we just continue to build out the project.
Fantastic. All right. So I'll jump on JPEG Store or CNFT.io to grab one of those. Is it a meerkat or something? Or
yes, it's a meerkat. It's a meerkat. It's my favorite animal. They're cute. They're cute.
Yep, they are.
On top of that, they're like they're immune to snake venom, and they have like very sharp eyesight. And they survive the harshest environments like Australian desert.
Yep.
So they are amazing. They are amazing. So we choose them. They're just like our team. We are resilient.
Absolutely.
We're still building in this market. We started building in this in the ecosystem when ADA was $0.017. And we haven't seen better days than that. It's like best time to build.
Yep. Build through the winters and reap the rewards in the summers. That's usually how it goes. So with these tokens, you mentioned a little bit there, governance later on in the project. What is the utility of the token? Is it purely a governance token?
So there are certainly utilities on top of governance for Flac tokens.
Yep.
So Flac tokens actually provide discounted loans on the platform.
Ah, right.
Yeah, the main idea is the Flac tokens actually are so much powerful because they provide liquidity actually to the Flac Finance platform. When we are launching the platform, it's going to provide us like as a bootstrap liquidity and continue to provide us more liquidity as we run the platform. So if you have Flac tokens, you basically get like discounted interest rates for borrowing, and you get increased interest rates for earning interest by lending your crypto assets on Flac Finance when you deposit crypto assets, and you can choose to earn interest in Flac tokens. So they provide benefits to users because these tokens also provide benefits to the platform as overall. And then the Flac tokens also has this governance power. So once the platform is out, and then the certain decisions of the platform will be taken through community proposals and will be voted against using this Flac tokens. So they provide this governance utility as well to users.
Now, this question's a little bit off field, but do you want to talk about Celsius at all?
Yeah, so you can say so Flac Finance is a bit similar to Celsius and Nexo, but much more than that, because Flac Finance main goal is to work towards the payment integrations with the providers and not just act as a lending and borrowing platform. That's the main goal of Flac Finance. But if you talk Celsius, it's just the liquidity crisis.
Yeah.
You see, Nexo is also a custodian platform, and they're doing much better. One of the good things that we can do as a custodial platform, as a platform like Celsius, Nexo, Flac Finance, is to provide the proof of reserves in real time. So this kind of situations never happen. So if say you as a user providing liquidity and depositing your assets on Flac Finance, if we give you real time visibility into the reserves, so you would see that how much assets Flac Finance has at any point of time in the platform. So you are safe. You can see what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Okay, that's good, because from what I understood with Celsius, they had a lot of their liquidity locked up with ETH2, and because that's locked away, you can't pull that liquidity out. And as people were panicking trying to move their liquidity, they couldn't, because it was all locked away in ETH2. And of course, that merge is, who knows when it's going to happen. So it's good that you guys have that full transparency and visibility, so people can actually see and understand where the liquidity is. So if they do need to withdraw, it's possible. So it's a nice, transparent approach.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if people want to participate in the ecosystem, where's the best place to join the community and engage with you guys and find out more about the project?
So you can go to Flac Finance website to find each and every detail on the platform. You can join Discord, where we are always there to answer your queries. You can ask anything openly to us. Any questions regarding Flac Finance, regarding Cardano technology also, because we are building in Cardano from a long time. Then you can also follow us on Twitter, and you can also have a look at our white paper for some technical details.
Absolutely brilliant. I'll put all those in the show notes down below so people can reference them. And Ashish, thank you for joining me on the podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, learning more about the team as well, and everything about Flac Finance too.
Thank you so much, Wade. It was amazing talking to you, of course.
So thank you, Ashish, for joining me on this episode. Now, remember, you can get one of those Milo NFTs anywhere on the secondary market. I think they actually opened up the mint again, so you can mint it from their website too. Check it out. Check out what their boosted staking rewards are for these NFTs. It's a really cool, nifty little utility for them as well. All right, that's it for me for this podcast episode. If you really enjoyed it, consider giving me that thumbs up, click the like button, and click subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debating.